Guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's begin. At the end of the tournament between Universe 6 and 7, a beautiful angel from Universe 11 was watching Goku with a lot of intrigue, because the power he possessed was abnormal, because even for the legendary assassin Hit, he was 1,000 years old, and despite this, he could be considered a prodigy, unlike Goku, who could be considered a god of the highest rank. The power of that Saiyan's incredible! I'm not able to comprehend the power it can reach. Goku, upon returning from the tournament, would be affected by the excessive use of power. However, the god Beerus was very thoughtful, because with the technique called Kaioken, Goku was able to give him battle, and even it crossed his mind that he could lose. No, I don't have to let Son Goku stay alive. I can't let him be able to humiliate me. The god of destruction of Universe 7 was very thoughtful because he wanted to get rid of Goku. However, he would be taken out of his thoughts by his angel Wiz. Mr. Beerus-sama, are you sure what you're thinking? How the hell do you know what I'm thinking? Don't forget, Mr. Beerus, I'm your teacher, so I know everything that goes through your mind. Okay, Wiz, I'm afraid of Son Goku's progress. For that very reason, I want to banish him from Universe 7. I completely understand your point of view, Mr. Beerus, but to be honest, getting rid of Mr. Goku will be the best decision you can make. Really, Wiz? Where did you come to that conclusion from? Mr. Goku is my best disciple, but in the same way, if you have noticed, all the enemies are always thanks to the same Mr. Goku. You're right, Wiz. I won't think much about it so much. Let's head right now to the planet Earth. Both deities quickly made their way to planet Earth, prostrating themselves in front of Goku, who had arrived from his great fight against Black Goku. Mr. Beerus, long time no see! Goku, I'll be straight with you. I want you to leave the whole Universe 7. Even if your friends and family don't tell you, you're responsible for everything bad. Goku would be left very confused, while in the same way a few tears fell from the Saiyan. A mental slingshot would be sent to Vegeta. Vegeta, let's finish with Son Goku, so you'll be the #1 in the whole Universe 7, and I promise to give you special training. Vegeta, out of his thirst for power and the anguish of never having been #1, would throw himself against Goku, who, not having his guard up, would be thrown hundreds of meters. Vegeta, without waiting for Goku to recover from the blow, would begin to grant hundreds of blows to the Saiyan, who did absolutely nothing to defend himself. Die, Kakarot! I hope you're able to find peace. Since on planet Earth we were never able to find peace because of you. Vegeta's great attack would be directed towards Goku, who, at that moment, would react. All his hair would turn a pink color, while his divine energy had risen to the highest. Damn worm! Doesn't matter that you proclaim yourself the Prince of the Saiyans. You're just another trash! One more worm! Vegeta angrily rushed against Goku, but this time Goku would use the same technique of Black Goku, cruelly piercing Vegeta's chest, getting the Saiyan Prince back to his base state and on the verge of death. Goten and Trunks, observing how Goku had mortally wounded Vegeta, both children merged intending to attack him. But this time, Goku mercilessly was able to knock them out with only the pressure of his power. Damn worms, I sacrificed my life for you, and all you did was turn your back on me. I swear I'll kill every one of you. Beerus would take a step forward. Son Goku, you better go. I appreciate that you helped us beat Universe 6, but from now on, this is no longer your universe, and if you refuse, I'll destroy you. Beerus, you remember this day forever. I swear I'll end your life. Goku would disappear from the place, going to the mountains, in which he would begin to release thousands of tears. In the same way, his heart began to fill with evil. Marcarita from Universe 11 was able to observe everything that happened, would arrive quickly with the Saiyan putting herself in front of it. Goku would quickly put himself in a battle pose. I don't know who you are, but I swear I'll destroy you if you come near. Goku would be surprised to realize that she was a woman very similar to Whis. Who are you? What are you doing here? As far as I understand, there's 12 gods, so in the same way there are 12 angels. You are very well informed about the rulers of the 12 universes. I want to offer you another opportunity, Saiyan. The opportunity that you are free. The opportunity that you have a new beginning. For what? If everywhere I go I always cause problems, I'll destroy everything. You are wrong, Saiyan. From my point of view, thanks to you, planet Earth has been saved several times, so you shouldn't worry or feel that way. I really appreciate your words, but I really don't feel anything. I don't know where I belong. Even my family has turned their back on me. Saiyan, come with me and be a part of Universe 11. I promise you won't regret it. Goku would observe the whole place where he was growing up, realizing that he no longer had anything to do on Earth or in Universe 7. I promise to protect Universe 11 as my new home. In that case, it'll be better to leave this universe right now. Both would go to the planet of the god Belmod, which was very similar to the planet of the god Beerus. However, Goku's gaze would change into one of more enthusiasm, because in that universe, the power of extremely powerful beings could be perceived. Wow, the power of the warriors of this universe is incredible! I can't believe it! And that's nothing, Mr. Goku, because the power of our most powerful fighter called Jiren is able to even defeat our destroyer god. Goku'd be shocked and would say to himself, this is my new beginning, and I'll make myself too powerful to be able to completely crush the Beerus trash. Marcarita would take Son Goku with her god of destruction, who would be very confused. Marcarita, who is this Saiyan? My lord, this Saiyan is the most powerful warrior in the Universe 7. The god Belmod would give a big laugh because the power that Goku gave off was not at all hostile. He seemed to have the power of a simple mortal. The damn Beerus. It was always characterized by being a bum, but I never thought that his most powerful warrior would be garbage like this. Goku, a little upset, would give a step accessing the Super Saiyan God, which left Belmod very surprised, because his power multiplied millions of times more. Do you want to have a battle with me? For us to check if I'm really weak. Belmod would take the battle position very seriously, so he would approach Goku. I owe you an apology. Your power is really great, but I never shy away from confrontation. I'll make you shatter. Both warriors took their distance, but instantly in the same way at sinister speeds, they began to hit each other all over the place. That's right, the power of both warriors seemed to be very equalized. But something in highlight was that while Belmod connected blows in Goku's body, his power did not decrease in the slightest. It was the quality of the Super Saiyan God, Belmod, was able to connect a powerful blow in the stomach of the Saiyan, which would send him to a part of his planet to crash. You're a powerful Saiyan, but it's time to show you who really rules. Belmod would use 100% of all his power, with which his power and speed had increased in an unreal way, being so much that even on this occasion Goku's regeneration was not enough, since Belmod's blows were so powerful that his body was not able to withstand them. You are powerful. You'll be of great help throughout the Universe 11. I haven't been defeated yet. Now I'll show you my maximum power. Goku would access the Super Saiyan Rose, which would form great disasters throughout Universe 11, being so powerful that even on this occasion, his power was so beastly that Marcarita herself would use a part of her power to place a barrier protecting the entire Universe 11. I can't believe that a mortal besides Jiren has all this power. It's amazing. Goku, without waiting for Belmod to react, with his great speed, he was able to surprise Belmod with a powerful blow, which made him vomit too much blood, while he felt that everything in his body was crumbling. I've been able to defeat the god of Universe 11. Saiyan, you are very powerful, but like you, I've never used all my power. So this time, I'll show you the power beyond a god, the power that you will never be able to crush. Belmod instantly would begin to access his maximum power, with which he would accede to a transformation never seen by a god. Only Marcarita had knowledge of this great appearance, since her appearance would change drastically, to which we have always seen since the appearance of Belmod would form a complete beast. I've never liked using this form because the appearance is horrendous. But for powerful beings like you, I have no alternative. So get ready. Goku would put himself in a battle pose, but it would be in vain. Since he was not also able to observe the fists that hit him, Goku would be sent flying, with hundreds of injuries all over his body. Flickering flash! Belmod's speed would triple, with which he massacred Goku in a matter of seconds, leaving him lying on the ground, not able to get up once more. My whole body hurts too much, so this is the true power of the God of Universe 11. You're the second to observe this form. Marcarita would approach Goku, healing all his wounds quickly. Belmod would return to his base state, welcoming Goku. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of the Whole, Daishinkan was able to perceive a peculiar power in Universe 11. Oh, strange. Its power becomes known to me, to the power of the Supreme Saiyans, that it'll be better to go and investigate. Daishinkan would quickly go to Universe 11. However, he was not able to find anything strange since Goku's power was at rest. Meanwhile, in Universe 7, Beerus had kept his word since he was granting a training worthy of a god of destruction to the Prince of the Saiyans. I hope you're the most powerful warrior, Vegeta. Of course I'll be Mr. Beerus. I'd love to know where the Kakarot insect is located, to destroy it with my own hands. It is a good question, since Mr. Goku has completely disappeared. Returning with Goku, his outfit has changed to a black one similar to black, because the pure heart he possessed had been destroyed, and Marcarita had helped with that change. I'm ready. Now I'll release all of my power to start with this big training. At the moment that Goku released his power, Daishinkan was able to feel a much greater power, because he had obtained a powerful Zenkai. Daishinkan, with his great speed, would quickly reach the planet of Belmod, being surprised to feel the very essence of the Supreme Saiyans, remembering how the power of one of them was able to end the life of his father, Daisuke-sama. Daishinkan, without warning, had thrown himself against Goku to end his life, but Marcarita would get in the way. What's the matter with you, father? Marcarita, we must end the life of that Saiyan, because in his veins are the power of the Supreme Saiyans. He is a threat. He's no threat. I won't let you end Son Goku's life. You didn't live in the same time as the Saiyan gods, so for that reason you don't understand anything. But finish with that dirty mortal right now. He'll only do that only when he passes my dead body. Goku was surprised to realize how a person whom he had known for so long was able to give his entire life for him. I don't know what the hell happened, but I'm not gonna let you die because of me, Margarita. But all the beastly power of Belmod would be felt all over the planet, just like Jiren's power. That's right, Belmod has quickly communicated with his most powerful warrior and instantly a lightning bolt that would strike Margarita's forehead, which was the sign from her god. If Daishinkan-sama wants to end this Saiyan, it must be for something, but Daishinkan's presence radiates evil. Margarita, go to the angelic dimension. But my lord, you'll not be able to do anything against my father. You're wrong. We'll be the distraction. I know they'll be able to get out of that place. Margarita, with tears in her eyes and with all her power, was able to create a portal to an alternate dimension. Daishinkan, realizing this, would try to stop them, but both would enter quickly. Now it's just us against you. Meanwhile, in the dimension, Goku was crying because another place was attacked. Goku was not able to withstand his anger, releasing a power that shook everything around him. The incredible power that Goku was releasing was a bestiality, accessing the Super Saiyan Rose full power. The power that Goku gave off would leave Margarita very surprised, which, with her great power, was able to move towards Goku, and with a great blow, leave him out of combat. The power that Goku possesses is incredible. That's why it must be that my father wants to end his life. It's not an ordinary power. It's a destructive and gigantic power. Meanwhile, in Universe 11, Belmod and Jiren were very badly injured, and they wanted to face Daishinkan, but it was impossible for both warriors since Daishinkan looked like the tower that they could never overcome. Damn insects. Because of him, I wasn't able to end that damn life Saiyan. You've never met Son Goku, but I'm sure you'll pay for all this, since we haven't done anything to offend them. Don't worry, Jiren. I've never seen Daishinkan worried. That means Son Goku's power is something incomprehensible to us.
Make no mistake, mortals. The power of that Saiyan is still insignificant aside from me, but I want to end his life before he wakes up all his power.
Both warriors, with their last energies, tried to throw themselves against Daishankin, but it was in vain, since Daishankin at that moment, with a few blows, was able to take Jiren's life, sending him flying to a planet while he would observe Belmod with a very serious look.
You, being the second most powerful god, have been able to turn your backs on us. No one will be able to save you, and die knowing that no matter what happens, I'll finish with those damn.
Daishankin quickly, with a sphere of energy, would pulverize Belmod, and instantly he would rise to the top of entire Universe 11, and of a large sphere of energy, he was able to reduce that entire universe to simple dust of space.
Zeno-sama must not find out about this, so he better make a simulation of the whole Universe 11.
Daishankin, with his great power, was able to simulate the entire Universe 11. Returning to the Kingdom of the All, however, he was very thoughtful, knowing that the Saiyans had no limit sum.
No, it's just stupid. They'll never be able to get out of that dimension.
Returning to the dimension, Goku had been able to regain consciousness, while Marcarita was very thoughtful about everything that had happened. My head hurts, but Marcarita, where are we? What is this place? I feel like my body is as heavy as a planet. The dimension is known as the dimension of the fallen gods. Fallen gods? That's right. The fallen gods could not be erased by the great Zeno-sama, so he decided to create this dimension to seal them for all eternity.
Apparently you know a lot about us to be a simple angel.
That's interesting. One of the daughters of the great priest is in this place. What happened? I'm dying of curiosity.
But how is it possible that there are only 2 fallen gods, if the eliminated universe were 6?
Oh, that. I'll explain that to you in 2 simple words. Total destruction.
That's right. The total destruction of this dimension left the 4 gods lifeless. Since Akumo and I tried to exploit this whole place, but it turned out to be impossible.
Goku would be very surprised to realize how the warrior named Akumo had a Saiyan similar appearance of his. Are you a Saiyan like I am? I thought the Saiyans existed only in Universe 6 and 7.
I'm the universe of the Saiyans, and I'm of Universe 18, which was once the most powerful universe in this entire multiverse.
I'd like to have a fight with you, since I want to see how much separates me from your incredible power.
You leave me amazed with your determination. Why don't you know how to measure power?
Sure, but I'm not able to measure it exactly, since I feel like your power, it grows to incredible levels, but equally, it decreases rapidly.
So you've been able to realize that detail. Okay, I'll have a match with you.
Goku, knowing that the warrior in front of him was a very powerful warrior, would not trust himself and would access the Super Saiyan Rose full power, which left Akumo a little surprised.
So, you possess the divine key. It's a pity that you aren't fully awakened. That divine key is incomplete.
I don't understand what you mean, but with this power, I'm sure I'll be able to stand up to you.
You have high expectations in your power, so don't let me down.
Goku, with the speed of lightning, rushed against Akumo, but Akumo, with a much higher speed, was able to grant him the first blow, making Goku fall to the ground, which, at the moment of standing up, large amounts of blood would come out of his body. That's right, a simple blow of the first Saiyan had been so powerful as to almost knock out Goku.
Yeah, that hurt me. How powerful are your punches? Not even the god Belmod struck with such ferocity.
Don't compare me to a simple god. My power goes beyond far the power of the simple gods of destruction.
Goku, with his great determination, would stand up, raising his power to the maximum. Hundreds of rays were created all over the place, but without destroying the dimension, Goku threw himself again against Akumo, who this time began to exchange hundreds of blows. But in each exchange, Goku was seriously injured, since Akumo's blows, apart from being powerful, were able to cut the veins that connected with the energy flow. Goku would be sent to the ground, creating a large crater.
What's going on? Is that all you got? I thought you were much more powerful.
I'm not defeated yet. Don't think that I won't be able to hit you. Even if my power explodes, I'll make it.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but that for you right now is impossible. Because if we compare our powers, it's comparing heaven and earth. Goku, without listening to Akumo's words, would throw himself again and again. No matter how many times he was knocked down, he would get back to his feet. While Goku was beaten, an idea would pass through his mind. I have to use the Kaioken. It's my only option. I'm not gonna let him make fun of me. Goku would fall to the ground, again getting up very injured. You're powerful, but now you'll receive a blow from me. I don't care. Explode in the process. I'm the mighty Kakarot. Goku with lightning speed began to move. Again, with those pathetic speeds, you'll be able to do anything against me. Kaioken played 200 times! The speed of Goku would explode, being able to move even through space-time, appearing in front of Akumo, who would receive that beastly blow, being set to fly millions of kilometers. Since he was dragged by a big dragon, Goku would fall to the ground out of combat, while Akumo would increase his power to destroy the technique, but was surprised when he used 20% of all his power, he wasn't able to destroy it. Damn, this hurts. Go away, trash dragon. Akumo would expel his powerful aura, disintegrating the dragon completely, and would quickly return to the battlefield while watching Toa with a big smile. I can't believe that the mighty Akumo's been beaten, and apparently he was even able to make you bleed. That's right, because at that instant, a large amount of blood would expel out of Akumo's mouth. Hell, the damage he did to me wasn't that much, but not being used to receiving this kind of injuries after millions of years, my resistance is weakened. And Akumo, with his great energy management, was able to fully recover, while Marcarita would stand by Goku's side. Now that you've defeated him, what are you going to do with us? Don't worry, as they saying. She has potential, but trust us. How did an angel like you end up in this place? Marcarita was much calmer, since she was able to realize that both fallen gods had no evil. She would tell them everything that happened with the great priest. Supreme Saiyans? I've never heard that term before. Do you even know what your Akumo's referring to? That must be a bad joke from Daishenkin. Since the Supreme Saiyan, it's impossible. It was even listed as a fairy tale. But what do you mean by that? Since I understand absolutely nothing. The power of the Supreme Saiyan, it's said that he was able to awaken it, the Saiyan of the Multiverse 1, which was even able to become a king of the whole, since the power offered by that transformation is of another level. That means that if Goku has the power of the Supreme Saiyan, he'd be able to defeat you. Indeed, but it's pure fiction, since nobody would be able to withstand such amounts of energy. It's practically impossible. But everyone was surprised, since an extremely amazing power was able to be felt all over the place, and even make it a little darker. Lightning were falling from the place, while Goku's body seemed to be undergoing a transformation, which Akumo would recognize quickly. But if that transformation is the Super Saiyan 3, but he mixed it with his transformation rose. But Akumo, is the power of a Saiyan 3 capable of reaching this limit? No, of course not. What is happening to him? But Akumo was totally wrong, because at that moment Goku's hair would return to normal, but he was able to access a state far beyond Ultra Instinct, as he was known as the Ikari, while his hair was a purple color similar to the power of destruction. What's going on? I'm not able to breathe. Meanwhile, in the mind of Goku, the King of all Saiyan would be present. You don't have to feel bad, son Goku, since you've never belonged to this multiverse. For that reason, the excess of your power in your body runs through the whole essence of we, the Supreme Saiyans. Have I been able to expel all this power? I can't take it in. It's the power that by birth you have, but you must be able to control it, because while you're talking to me, your body is fighting with all your friends by simple inertia. That's right, when Goku's body finished expelling all that power, he threw himself against his friends. Starting to have a great battle with both fallen gods, Toa would be able to first receive a powerful blow, which was even able to cause him an abysmal damage. Akumo, observing this, without trusting himself, would access his legendary state. Goku, I don't want to hurt you. Please, react. Goku, without any control, would begin to exchange blows with Akumo, but on this occasion, Akumo was not able to do absolutely anything, since his power was below Goku's power, but the instant Toa joined the fight, they were able to equalize it a little. How can I take control of my body? I don't want to end the lives of my friends. You have to be able to form one with yourself. your essence, your power, and your mind.
Meanwhile, Goku put on a very serious look, lowering his guard completely, which both gods would not miss. But at the moment of approaching from Goku's back, a dark giant would appear, starting to massacre both gods. That's right, Goku unconsciously was able to master his aura of death completely, being able to massacre them. Both fallen gods, they would fall to the ground, very badly injured, and on the verge of death.
I don't intend to let my legacy end here, let alone without having avenged that damn Zeno-sama.
Akumo would begin to increase his power, even exceeding his body. Since blood would come out of his whole body, Akumo, without thinking 2 times, threw himself against Goku. Holding him tightly and without wasting time, would create a big explosion. Akumo would fall to the ground very badly injured, while Goku, despite having multiple wounds, would start walking towards Akumo.
Well, apparently this is the end of me.
But in front of Akumo, Marcarita would appear.
Goku, please! It's me! I knew you must be somewhere in your mind. Don't do something you will regret.
Goku, when observing Marcarita fixedly, would fall to the ground out of combat, while Marcarita would begin to heal both fallen gods. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, Daishenka would still be very badly worried about what happened in Universe 11.
It'd be better to be prepared. Demonic angels and leader, Mikoshin, I ask for your calling in the Kingdom of the All.
As you order, Daishenkan-sama. The demonic angels had arrived in the Kingdom of the All, along with their leader Mikoshin. Great Daishenkan-sama, inform us, what is the mission this time?
Mikoshin and the leader of the demonic angels, who even have a power similar to mine, I want you to look for any 3-dimensional openings in the 11th universe.
Understood. Any specific fallen god? Since to look for a 3-dimensional opening is only to find the dimension in which the gods were sealed.
No, I want you to look for my daughter Margarita from Universe 11, and next to her is a Saiyan. I want you to bring me the head of that Saiyan. Don't do anything to my daughter, just bring her to me.
As you ordered, Daishenkan-sama. Mikoshin, along with 2 demonic angels, left to the whole Universe 11 in search of some trace of the angel. Meanwhile, in Universe 7, Vegeta's power had risen in an incredible way, even being able to face Beerus at his maximum power.
Have you become very powerful, Vegeta, but you still lack the power to defeat me. Thank you for your training, Mr. Beerus, but I wish to go visit Earth and my family. Okay, Vegeta, don't forget that you'll always be welcome on this planet, because thanks to you, we were able to end the threat throughout Universe 7. Whis, take it to Earth.
As you ordered, Mr. Beerus. Whis would quickly take the Prince of the Saiyans to planet Earth, but when he arrived, he would be surprised, as he felt how Gohan's power had risen in a great way.
Gohan, have you been training?
Of course, yes, Mr. Vegeta. But since my father left this universe, nothing has happened. But we must be prepared in case of any threat happens.
I doubt very much that any threat will appear. But what do you think if we have a combat to see of the 2 is more powerful?
I find that interesting, Mr. Vegeta.
Gohan, without trusting himself, would access the Beast Mode, which left Vegeta surprised. However, Whis would be put on a very serious look. Gohan's power is incredible despite not having any training like Mr. Vegeta's. His power does not lose. Vegeta, in the same way, when feeling all the beastly power of Gohan, he would access the Ultra Ego. Whis, with his great power, he would create a barrier through Universe 7, and without wasting time, both Saiyans launched themselves against each other. Meanwhile, in Universe 11, Kuda, one of the demonic angels, was able to find a small extortion in space-time.
Mikoshin-sama, we found a small distortion in this entire space-time, which apparently is able to enter the dimension which the fallen angels were sealed.
Excellent. But before entering, I'll put a news stamp, in case one of those fuckers gets away. Mikoshin, with his great power, would begin to create a high-powered demonic divine seal. Upon completion, it would be spread through the Universe 11. It's ready. Now, if we can get into this distortion. The demonic angels, with their great power, were able to enlarge the distortion, managing to enter said dimension successfully. At the moment, they were able to observe Margarita and, in the distance, the Saiyan fighting with 2 fallen gods.
Ha ha ha! This would be a piece of cake. It's an extremely easy job. There are only 2 fallen gods, and the power of that Saiyan's really low.
Akumo would notice 3 new subjects, but coming face to face, he was not able to recognize any.
Who are you guys? And how did they manage to enter our dimension? Do they even want to die? Ha ha ha! Don't make me laugh. You don't have the necessary power to be able to defeat us, so better keep quiet.
Akumo, a little annoyed, he was about to throw himself against that guy, but Mikoshin, with the simplest palm of his hand, was able to make him kiss the ground. That's right, Mikoshin's simple slap seemed to have the weight of 100 planets.
What the hell is this? I'm not able to move at all. The power of this girl's incredible, but how is it possible that I have all this strength without having so many muscles?
Honey, you better obey if you want to stay alive. Daishankin, you sent us for that Saiyan and for that angel, so you guys can stay in this place.
Were they able to open the dimension in which we were sealed?
Of course we could. The difficult thing was to find the point, but our power is not below the power of Daishankin, so we're capable of this and more. Mikoshin would begin to approach Goku, who was also lying completely on the ground, because Mikoshin's simple pressure didn't allow him to move at all. Oh, what is this feeling to death? I can't even move. It's amazing how I feel it crushes me. You don't even have the necessary power to stand up. This has been the easiest mission we've ever had, Kuda. Don't let the angel get away.
Of course not, Mikoshin-sama.
Kuda would teleport behind Marcarita, giving her a slight blow which made her fall to the ground.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thought she was more powerful. She didn't die with that little blow I gave her.
Goku, witnessing how that guy had hit Marcarita, his Supreme Saiyan power would be present again. But this time, Goku was able to have consciousness. The power that Goku released at once was able to send the 3 gods flying, because at the moment, Goku would throw a large sphere of lightning energy, which covered the fallen gods while Goku approached Marcarita, carrying her in his arms. Don't worry, Marcarita. I'll never allow those damn worms to do anything to you. They have to be able to finish me off first. Goku would put Marcarita in a safe place, while she would stand in front of the 3 warriors. I don't know who the hell you are, but it'll be the day of your death here. I can accept that he wants to do anything to me, but to Marcarita, I won't forgive you.
I don't know where you've released all that power, but I'm not interested. We're demonic angels. Our power is incomparable for a being like you.
Kuda launched himself against Goku, managing to grant him hundreds of blows in a matter of seconds. Goku would be sent flying. Falling to a part of the dimension, instantly Kuda would start laughing. Vomiting large amounts of blood, Mikoshin at lightning speed would cut off his limbs and grant him some of his angelic energy. How were you able to do that? While Kuda was beating him, that Saiyan was able to inject through his fists an energy so powerful as to make him explode. That's right, if it wasn't for Mikoshin, Kuda would have exploded. I can tell you have little experience in battles, but that won't be enough to save their lives. They've awakened the Supreme Saiyan. The demonic angels launched themselves against Goku, while Goku, despite being outnumbered, was able to face them without any difficulty. Mikoshin would communicate with both telepathically. I want to be distracted. I'll use the cursed sealing technique. I'm not interested in having to sacrifice 25% of my life. I'll be able to absorb more souls.
Are you sure what my lady is about to do? There's no turning back.
That's right, because if we don't, this damn monster will kill us all. Both gods rushed against Goku with the intention of making time. However, both gods were humiliated. Goku would notice how Mikoshin's power increased to overwhelming scales of power. So even for Goku, it was an abysmal power. I don't know what the hell you want to do, but I won't let you gather all that power. Goku would dismember both demonic gods, and while they regenerated, Goku advanced in a straight line.
No, Kakarot! That technique's very powerful, Sealing. Stay away!
I don't know what you want to do with my technique, but it's already too late. It's in my attack range. Goku would triple his speed to try to get away, but it was impossible, since he would be sealed in a triangular-shaped technique. But that gradually began to encompass Goku's entire body. When you die, I will keep your essence and vitality to recover everything lost in this battle. However, at a certain point, the seal no longer shrank. That's right, hundreds of millions of blows that began to hit such a powerful seal. Despite the fact that Goku's arms looked shattered, it did not stop.
Limb duplication! Supreme Saiyan! Goku's arms had doubled, with which, despite losing each arm, hitting that seal, there was still one of his arms. However, the shield also cracked, which would leave Mikoshin very surprised. I'll put my energy into this punch. The last blow of Goku was able to destroy the entire seal of the powerful Mikoshin, which would begin to panic. That's right, his divinative seal had been destroyed with incredible ease, and by a single warrior. Kuda, Shiva, don't run away, as it is cowardly to run away, and we've been totally overcome by this Saiyan. We will die standing. Goku, as he approached Mikoshin, regenerated with the essence of supreme power. Despite having a lot of energy, I can tell you have a great loyalty and your ideals are clear. How about joining us? To join you? Why should I do something like that? I'm able to realize that you are also an angel, but you have not been recognized as such by Daishinkan's garbage. That's why they call them demonic angels. Okay, I'll join, but there can only be no suspects or infiltrators. Mikoshin would quickly turn, exterminating both gods in the blink of an eye. In case you haven't eliminated them, I would have done it myself. But since I'm able to realize how both gods were faithful servants to Daishinkan, unlike you, I don't know how long I've been waiting for this moment. The moment that I could finally finish that damn Daishinkan. I don't want to be from the shadows anymore. You'll never be from the shadows, so don't worry about that. You'll be one more companion and even one more family. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of the Whole, Daishinkan would notice how the life of two of the fallen gods had disappeared. Being very surprised, Daishinkan would begin to communicate telepathically with Mikoshin. Mikoshin, what happened? Were they able to find that Saiyan? How is it possible that two of the demonic angels have fallen? I've gotten tired of being from the shadows. I just want you to know that the next time you see me, I will end your life completely. The connection was lost, leaving Daishinkan furious. Damn good for nothing. Do you think you have the necessary power to stand up against me? I'm your father, you scum! Meanwhile, in Universe 7, the battle of both Saiyans had become very even, which would infuriate the Prince of the Saiyans, since the training Vegeta had received was with a god of destruction unlike Gohan's training. You have a great ability to increase your power, but in terms of experience, you're still a child. Right now, I'll defeat you. Don't trust yourself, Mr. Vegeta, because even if my father hasn't been a good father, I still have all the cells which allows me to overcome it every time. Damn insect, you think Kakarot would be able to stand up to this power? Furious, Vegeta would raise his power much more. Mr. Vegeta is raising his power much more, and even he is not able to control it completely. So from this moment, he is at a total disadvantage. But at the moment of clashing their fists, a gigantic power would be felt by all the 12 universes, which even made both Saiyans kneel, forcing them to return to their base state. What's going on? My body's too heavy and I'm not able to move it at all. Gods and angels, this is an emergency. I need you to come to the kingdom of the great Zeno-sama right now. Whis would help both Saiyans recover and quickly leave in search of their god of destruction, to subsequently head to the Kingdom of All. All the angels, along with the gods, were heading to the Kingdom of All. Returning to the dimension, Goku would return to his base state. In about 1 week, we'll be able to get out of this pathetic place. I already have enough power to destroy this dimension. Goku, what are you planning to do when we leave this place? The fall of the divine world will begin. I begin to plan the revenge on everyone, and even I want to know the multiverse from which I come. In that case, we'll have to increase our powers much more, because according to legends, in that multiverse, the beings that were there are monsters. Don't worry, I'll still be on this fun trip. Ha ha ha! Get ready, divine world, we're back.
Goku, with a great confidence, he would release only 25% of all his power, but the power was tremendous. That's right, he was able to destroy the dimension in hundreds of small fragments. The big hole that had been created was able to allow them to leave that place, heading towards the Kingdom of the Whole, but before reaching the Kingdom of the Whole, a warrior would stand in front of them, which Mikoshin would immediately recognize. But if you're the fallen angel, the archangel Yuki, has Daishinkan dared so much? Ha 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 ha! So you guys are the simple debris that I have to remove. Don't trust yourself, as we've finished with all the warriors they've sent. Be sure that you might not be the exception. Maybe you're right, and we'll only know that when our fists decide.
Goku, despite his words, felt a little intrigued and would say to himself, "The power of this warrior generates panic and anxiety in me. I feel that he's able to completely crush me. I don't want to be late with you, so I'll use my divine technique, angelic strokes." A great figure would be formed by all the universes, which on this occasion, despite the fact that Goku using the power of the Supreme Super Saiyan, it was impossible for him to dodge those attacks which with each of his blows were able to make Goku bend completely, while Goku received the beating of his life. He tried to come up with a plan. Damn, why am I not able to read his movements? He's treating me like I'm just a worm. Goku was not able to do anything, falling to the ground very badly injured and on the verge of death. His friends tried to oppose. Ball of darkness, explode and spread out! The great sphere of destroying of Mikoshin was absorbed by the power of those divine hands. The end of the warriors was inevitable.
Although I have to give them the ancient scrolls of the king completely, it was a fair price, since Goku's power was to be feared. It even surprised mine. With this last attack, it'll be your end. Die! The last attack of those divine hands was heading towards all the warriors, but mysteriously a powerful warrior was able to stop such an attack, with only one of his hands without any effort. I don't know who the hell you are, but you've spoiled my hunt. Just for that disrespect, I'll end your life. Son Goku, you haven't fully unlocked the power of the Supreme God yet, but with me, you'll be able to do it. You could come with all your friends. Do you accept? I accept. I don't want to die without first making the divine world fall. I'm still very weak. Understood. Your damn cockroach stay with you. Domain expansion. Blood of the Infernals. Hundreds of angelic beings, as well as demonic, they began to torture Yuki, which, despite creating several explosions, was not enough. That's right, the difference in powers was something extremely absurd. While Ryon would leave with all the other warriors, and in space, his voice would likewise be lost. Today'll not be your death, since Son Goku will personally take care of ending you. You will regret humiliating him. The domain of Ryon would be cut, to its bearer having crossed the megaversal barrier. Yuki, with too many wounds and bruises all over his body, had headed to the kingdom of the whole. Falling to his knees while blood was coming out of his whole body, Daishinkan, observing him in those conditions, was terrified. It can't be. It can't be. Son Goku's a monster. Can't believe that he left Yuki like that. The most powerful fallen angel. I'm not the most powerful fallen angel, but if one of the strongest, and that damn one has been able to crush me completely, I can't afford it. Daishinkan, with his great angelic power, would begin to restore each of Yuki's wounds, which, despite being with Daishinkan's support, were very complex to heal. What kind of power does that Saiyan have? How's he been able to cause wounds that not even a priest is able to heal easily? Son Goku, it's not who did these injuries to me. I was able to defeat Son Goku, but an unimaginably powerful being was able to save him, completely crush me. Daishinkan, when trying to ask him something else, it was impossible for him, because despite being with the help of Daishinkan, he would be out of combat. Who has the power to crush a fallen angel? If it was the fallen angels possessed all the power of the divine world by not respecting the laws of the divine. Meanwhile, in a very distant multiverse, we can observe as Ryon, the first Supreme Saiyan, would arrive with all the others. Ryon would create a great pentagram, making all the warriors inside it quickly recover. Goku would stand up. I appreciate that you saved us. I could finally meet you in person since you only entered my mind. Your son Goku. You're my last offspring. The last Supreme Saiyan who's able to break the universal barrier just like I've done. Are you sure about what you're telling me? I don't think I have the power to you tell me. Don't worry, that happens since you have been living with the wrong multiverse for all this time. But with my teachings, you'll be able to overcome all kinds of barriers. If you claim to be the ancestor of Goku and know him perfectly, tell us, how is it possible that he lived his whole life in the Zeno-sama multiverse? I'll explain. Millions of years ago, a great warrior between both multiverses almost ends with the annihilation of both multiverses, for which we both lost warriors. But we decided to separate, and we would only get back together for some universal extinction. But a Saiyan warrior named Kefura had become pregnant. When both Saiyans were on the battlefield, Kefura, without thinking twice, decided to use a divine technique.
which was able to extract all the essence of a god, sending it anywhere in the universe. But being on the border of the multiverse of Zeno-sama, your essence was sent to a planet of the Saiyans. The rest, you all already know. So, Kakarot's parents, they were between life and death. For that reason, they decided to send Kakarot to another multiverse. It's not quite right, but it can be said that you're right. A mother would never allow her son to die, for her to be in wars. I appreciate you were able to grant me the knowledge about my parents. Now I tried twice as hard and finished with those damn... Don't worry, I have to worry. I personally took care of fishing those damn garbage. Please, I'm asking you. Teach me everything you know. Just like you, I want to be able to break my limits. You don't have to ask me, and I'll even help all your friends increase their powers so they'll be powerful warriors. I understand. So, where do we start? What do I have to do? Today it'll be better to rest, since my training's not easy at all. Meanwhile, in Universe 7, the deities were very thoughtful because after the meeting with the Great Daishinkan, they knew that Son Goku was still alive. But the most terrified were Beerus and Vegeta. Damn! Even if the High Priest is nervous of Son Goku's power, we'll die without being able to do anything. Mr. Beerus, please calm down. According to Daishinkan-sama, Yuki, the fallen angel, was personally ending Son Goku's life. That's right, Mr. Beerus. Even though Kakarot's trash has too much power, I'm sure he doesn't have the necessary power to finish off the fallen angel. But everyone was surprised, even Whis, when Daishinkan had reported the defeat of the fallen angel to all the angels. Gods and angels, we are in a universal extinction war, so I ask you to be alert and train as much as you can. Whis, what has the High Priest reported? Mr. Beerus, it will be better to train since the fallen angel has been defeated. We do not have the necessary information, but our father Daishinkan-sama, he's tending to the wounds. My great Lord Zeno-sama, all this has been my fault, trying to end the life of a mortal from Universe 11. Don't worry, Dai. From what I can observe, that mortal was even able to defeat a fallen angel. It'll be better to exterminate him before his power continues to grow. That means that you, great Zeno-sama, will join the battle. That's right. I didn't allow Ryon to take over millions of years ago, much less a mere mortal to come looking to annihilate the entire divine world. Gods and angels, even the great Zeno-sama will join us in the battle, so prepare your equipos so that you'll be able to withstand great pressures of energy. All the gods and angels of all the universes were very nervous, but despite this, they all began to train to have the ability to fight on the side of Zeno-sama. To fight alongside Zeno-sama, we have an incredible stamina, so that Zeno-sama will be able to use all his power without crushing us. You're correct, Mr. Beerus, but isn't there another more effective way to increase our powers? Unfortunately, there's no way to increase our powers. You're wrong, Mr. Beerus. Of course there's a much faster way to increase our powers, but it is unorthodox. What method are you referring to, Whis? We have to take a chance, because otherwise we'll all die. Vegeta, you're right, but we have to take a risk. I don't know which method it is which you're talking about, but we have to. There's a very secluded place in all the 12 universes, which is known as the Infernal Mountains, in which we can increase the powers with 20 times more effectiveness. But in the same way, they are too dangerous. Hellish Mountains? I don't know what they mean by that name, but I accept the challenge. You, Vegeta? Of course, Mr. Beerus. After we betray the Kakarot insect, I'm sure you won't want to leave us alive. In that case, we'd better leave right now. Yes, but before we go, let's take Gohan's insect, because his power is also incredible, and I'm sure you'll be able to exceed his limits. They quickly went to the planet Earth, picking up Gohan, and immediately they would go to the ends of all the 12 universes, observing several mountains from which strong lightning falling. Does this seem dangerous to you, Whis? You being an angel, there's nothing special about these mountains, they're just bigger than normal. But Beerus would be hit by one of the lightning of the mountains, suffering great wounds all over his body. That's right, despite being a god of destruction and possessing one of the most resistant bodies, it had been impossible for him to withstand such a lightning. This is what I mean. The rays are even capable of bending the High Priest. That means that if we're hit by those lightning bolts, we'll hardly be able to survive. You are correct, since the power is so much. They can finish you with a single lightning bolt, so be careful. Each warrior would start training in a different part of the place, but in the same way that it was dangerous, the way to cultivate his power was much more effective, since even the Room of Time seemed to be child's play compared to that place.
It's extremely dangerous to train in this place, but the results are amazing.
Meanwhile, Goku's training had begun, which were very intense, despite Son Goku possessing the warrior body of a Saiyan, because the gravity was increasing by 1,000,000 times more than he was used to. This is too much! I feel like all my bones are completely pulverized. I could do absolutely nothing.
Well, you let a simple gravity end all your dreams. We Saiyans become much more powerful by wounds and bloodlust and hatred.
Ryon, you're giving all of us excellent training, but are you sure Son Goku can handle all that? I feel like you're overdoing it.
I appreciate your concern for Son Goku, but you're not Supreme Saiyans as we are in Nosotros, so don't worry. I'll make of Son Goku the most powerful warrior ever seen. Without warning, Ryon would expel his maximum power. Ryon would expel a beastly power because he would realize, as a very powerful being, he was going to end the life of the goddess, who were in the place. Ryon, with his great speed, was able to save Tao and Marcarita, while Mikoshin, being the most powerful, was able to dodge the attack. But despite this, he had suffered great damage. Goku, realizing all this, an incredible anger would begin to travel throughout his being. I don't have to allow him to transform, as he's not yet able to master the power of the Supreme Saiyan. Ryon was able to knock Goku out of combat, which would fall to the ground since while that a being would appear in front of everyone, leaving everyone very surprised since this guy was identical to Son Goku. But the energy he gave off was absolute evil, and his power much superior to Goku, who was unconscious. You have the face of Son Goku, but you're clearly not him, so confess. Who the hell are you, you fucking vermin? I am Kakarot, but from the Universe Zero. Universe Zero? What the hell are you talking about? The universe has never existed, Zero. Ha 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 ha. It doesn't make you curious to know why. Only universes count from the number 1, since the universe has always existed, Zero. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I'll end you once and for all. Ha 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 ha! Ryon, the Supreme Saiyan, you understand absolutely nothing. You will not be able to do anything against our Universe Zero. In case you didn't know, I'm considered the Supreme Saiyan, the most powerful in all existence. Just as you compare yourself with the simple gods, it would be something very similar if you and I compared ourselves, since the power I possess, you would not be able to fill it, even if you trained for 1,000,000 more years. What are you implying? That you're much more powerful than me? Ha 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 ha! I'm not implying it. I'm affirming it. Since that pathetic scumbag like you will never be able to do something against me. I want to check that, miserable. Ryon, the blood has risen to his head, for which, with all his anger, he had rushed against that guy, but to his surprise, he'd be sent flying, not being able to observe the blow. Yeah, what happened? How was he able to hit me? I wasn't able to see anything. You're lucky. And right now I don't intend to end your life, but I will give you 2 weeks so that you finish with everything you have pending, and we will form a tournament. A tournament? Maybe for what reason would I participate in your stupid tournament? It's simple. If you're able to defeat us, you'll save all the multiverses. But in case you refuse to participate or lose, we'll destroy everything created. Ryon was about to say something, but that warrior would disappear in a dark sphere of energy. Ryon would be very thoughtful, but he would vomit too much blood. What the hell just happened? How was he able to cause me all this damage? Ryon would concentrate a large part of his energy to be able to restore the damage, but it was very difficult for him since the energy he had used was one that Ryon had never seen. The energy is very strange. It's very much more destructive than the energy of the gods of destruction carry. Even the level of energy is compared to the energy of a king of all. Ryon, with a lot of effort, would be able to heal his wound, but the condensed power had been a brutality to be only a wound. Ryon, as he approached towards everyone else, would fall to the ground very weak. This is bad. What has happened to you? We must do something. That's right, Toa. It would be better to take Goku and Ryon to the rest so that they will be able to fully recover. Meanwhile, Marcarita was in a very different dimension, since Ryon, realizing that Marcarita would not be able to withstand the pressure of the battle, had sent her to a very different dimension. Meanwhile, in the Shadow Room, Akumo would be carrying out the most intense training of his entire life. Goku and Ryon are Supreme Saiyans. I always consider myself a prodigy. I feel like I'm a fucking scum next to them. But even if I have to try 3 times as hard, I won't stay behind them.
Akumo would continue with his rigorous training, which consisted of mastering all of the legendary power, his divine essence, and likewise increasing his speed. On the other hand, of the 12 universes, the warriors of Universe 7 would be able to take their training to perfection, in the mountain storms, or also called Mountains of Death. We have been able to obtain excellent results, but despite all this, we must try much harder, since the approaching war will be of incomprehensible levels.
To think that we'll be able to fight on Zeno-sama's side to make me nervous, as the warriors of that they'll face will be very powerful. Don't worry, Mr. Beerus. We're the most powerful warriors in all the universes. Nothing and no one will be able to defeat us.
Mr. Vegeta, are you sure about everything you're saying? Since I have a very bad feeling about everything that can happen.
Don't worry, Gohan. You and I have families we must protect, even at the cost of our lives.
Of course I do, Mr. Vegeta, but there's something I don't like about all this whole situation. Meanwhile, in a castle far away from all the multiverses, Kakarot would be observed informing a being much more powerful than himself.
So, Ryon, the Supreme Saiyan has been able to meet up with your counterpart. What fun.
Will it be no hindrance to your plans?
Don't worry, Kakarot, because no matter how hard they try, they'll be able to do nothing to us.
Do you want me to finish with my counterpart?
No, there is no problem. Anyway, if they win, they will still be alive. But it will be impossible for me to win against my demonic army.
Returning to the multiverse, Ryon Akumo would begin to leave the dimension in which he was. But the moment he left, he would realize how parts of the place were very destroyed, as well as the power of Goku, and Ryon was extremely low.
This wasn't a training. It was a multiversal level battle. To be able to even leave Ryon in that state, I better head to where they are.
Akumo would quickly head towards the castle, being able to meet all the other goddesses. But the most worry was Marcarita for Son Goku.
Goddesses and angels, Marcarita, tell me, what's happened?
A being very similar to my Goku. I arrived at this place, being able to give even battle to Mr. Ryon.
Do I look like the same as Goku? Are you sure of what you're telling me?
That's right, Akumo. I know it's hard to believe, but being identical to Son Goku was able to give battle to Ryon, and even put him out of combat due to excess energy.
Hell, everything smells of death. Something very serious is about to happen.
You are right, since that wretch has organized a tournament in which, if we lose or refuse to participate, it'll be our end, since we will be annihilated.
Damn, it's like I'm being used like I'm a fucking chess piece.
But we have no other choice, because if we refuse, we'll be completely annihilated. Meanwhile, Goku would be able to regain consciousness, waking up very confused, not knowing where he was. What is this place? Where am I? Goku was very surprised to realize how even Ryon was on his side, and his power was extremely low. Something bad must have happened, and the being who faced Ryon must have an overwhelming power to be able to leave him in these conditions. Returning with the warriors of Universe 7, the angels, gods, and mortals of great powers would gather in the realm of the great Zeno-sama.
I appreciate your presence. We are under enemy attack, and this is very unfavorable for us, since the power you possess, the enemy will face is incredible.
But Father, who can tell us who they are about?
It's not who, it's just one person who has been able to get an incredible power. But you must know, Whis.
Father, you are correct, that I am an angel, but I have no knowledge of all the warriors of the 12 universes.
The warrior who has been able to overcome even the power of an angel is a Saiyan from Universe 7. His name is Goku, or also known as Kakarot.
Whis and Beerus were most surprised, as it had been too long that they did not know of Goku's whereabouts until today.
But Daishiken-sama, this must be a misunderstanding. It's not possible that a simple Saiyan who doesn't even have the power to confront me has become a threat to all the universes.
I know it's hard to believe, God of Universe 7, but what Daishinken's reporting is the right thing. We don't know how he was able to get that power, since it's impossible. In that case, what will we do if we have to fight against that Saiyan?
That is what I've requested your presence, because we need you to be a great power.
However, at that moment, a gravity and pressure would fall on everyone present, bringing everyone to their knees without any expectation. That's right, it was Goku who knew that he needed the help of the 12 universes. Flashback.
What did you tell me, Mikoshin? A guy who looks like me. He has organized a tournament, and if we lose, he'll destroy everything?
That's right. 15 warriors can participate in the tournament, no matter from the universes they are.
I know it's something you are disliking, Son Goku, but we need the help of the whole divine world, because if we don't do something, we'll die and share his fate.
You're right. I'll have to leave my thirst for revenge for the next. Goku was starting to head towards the Kingdom of the Whole, as he would realize that all the gods and angels were gathered in that place. And flashback.
So long time, no hear from you guys. It's a surprise to me that you're still so weak.
Son Goku, what are you doing here? Have you come to finish us off?
I would love to finish with each of you, but it's not time.
Goku would stop releasing his pressure, but the moment Vegeta was able to move, he lunged at Goku. Being able to connect a big blow to his face, Goku, despite being in his base state, had not received any damage.
Vegeta, I don't want to end your life right now, so you better calm down.
Vegeta, with his pride shattered, he would return to the side of Beerus and Whis. Goku, at the moment of being about to report everything that happened, from the sky of the 12 universes, evil Goku had appeared in the middle of all the warriors prostrating in front of Goku.
So you're thinking of forming a team with the scumbags who betrayed you. You're so pathetic.
How is it possible there are two Gokus?
No, Sir Beerus, the Goku who just arrived possesses his key of an absolute evil. Even the evil that Black Goku possesses does not compare to the slightest with this warrior. Goku, when watching him fixedly, was able to notice how in his aura, hundreds of corpses could be observed. Goku, with a great fury, would access the state of the Ikari, changing his hair quickly to a purple color. The pressure, he was able to crush everyone present, even feeling that they were going to die this time. But they were surprised when observing how Goku, with that great power, would be sent to fly, colliding with a planet, destroying it in its entirety.
That's impossible. The planet with which Mr. Goku hid was a sacred planet. A planet that even I was not able to scratch. It was said to be indestructible.
Don't rush, you damn rat. I have come to inform all the gods of the tournament that was going to take place. But since I realized that you're in this place, I'll leave.
Goku, despite the great damage which he had received with just one of his punches, would try to stand up again, but blood was spreading from all over his body.
You are a somewhat tough guy, but they better increase their power since that hero only carried 30% of all my power.
Evil Goku would disappear from the place. Just like Goku, at the time of arriving at the multiverse of Ryon, he would become unconscious again, for which Tawa would inform everything about the Tonio that he would just take.
So, your tournament in which we will define whether we live or die. Damn it! I'm not gonna die, and much less for a copy of Kakarot.
The whole divine world was in a panic, because the great battle for survival was about to begin. That's right, all the gods and angels had received the same rules to try to raise their power to the maximum of their capacity.
Gods and angels, apparently we will have to team up with the warrior we were going to face. This will be a massacre.
But Daishinkan-sama, the power that the evil Goku possessed, was even able to destroy the sacred castle. How will we deal with that?
That's the same thing I've been thinking. But we need to come up with a plan and put aside all our grudge towards Son Goku, as he's our best ally right now.
Returning to the Ryon multiverse, he was very thoughtful in the possible warriors they could choose for the upcoming tournament.
We'll have to use the Super Dragon Balls to ask for the help of legendary beings, who were the most powerful in their time.
Ryon, Goku's still not awake. We have made our ki flow in his body so that he recovers in a more effective way.
Don't worry, I'm able to feel Son Goku's power, and despite being stable, the damage his counterpart did to him was incredible, and he wouldn't wake up for several days.
Ryon, how's it possible that you're so calm? The threat coming at us is on another level. I've only seen you thinking.
I know it seems that you and I do absolutely nothing, but I'm meditating, so that my energy veins are able to withstand a greater load of power.
So everything that was said was true. For really powerful warriors, it helps to meditate to even become much stronger.
I always thought that meditation was a waste of time, since we can only gain power with death battles, but I've been completely wrong. Ryon would stand up instantly and start walking towards his castle, while his aura covered his entire body and a great pressure fell on everyone present.
This is the power that beyond a super king at all. I'm ready for this great battle, but I'm not stupid as not to turn to the other powerful warriors.
Ryon would disappear from the place. Indeed, Ryon was moving at an incredible speed towards the Kingdom of the Whole, arriving in a matter of seconds. That's right, the speed of the first Supreme Saiyan was incomparable, arriving and prostrating himself in front of Daishinkan.
Daishinkan, we must leave our battle for another time, since the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and we have to work together to be able to survive. I agree with you, Ryon, but tell me, what do you have in mind?
We'll use the Super Dragon Balls to bring to life the most powerful warriors of all time.
But that'll be impossible for us, since the tournament will be in a week of Earth time, and we'll only be able to ask one of them for help.
Daishinkan, apparently you're not understanding me. We'll have to take risks. We'll use the Rings of Time to be able to bring all the warriors we need.
Ryon, I understand that we're on the ropes, but using the time rings will bring us much more trouble.
Damn, Daishinkan, don't you realize the danger we're facing? If those bastards manage to win that tournament, even all the timelines will be destroyed.
I understand, Ryon. It'll be whatever you say.
Both warriors quickly left in search of the Super Dragon Balls. That's right, Daishinkan had taken one of the sacred time rings that was guarded in the Kingdom of All. By gathering all the Super Dragon Balls, Daishinkan was able to summon the great god Zalma.
Tell me, what is your wish?
Great god Zalma, I wish you to bring to life the mighty Kochi, the Saiyan kills gods. The eyes of the great Zalma flashed, so in front of them, a powerful warrior had appeared in front with a large brown fur all over his body.
The little Ryon has become a powerful warrior. If you have requested my call, it means that something very bad's about to happen.
That's right, Kochi. We need all your power, and even the power of the other mighty warriors. Daishinkan, with the Ring of Time, he would travel to different dimensions on 3 different occasions, in which they got 3 powerful warriors in the same way, so they had returned to their...
Your Daishinkan, keep training all the gods and angels, as we will need every drop of their energy. Understood. If the King of all Zeno-sama and I will team up, we'll have to bet everything on this damn tournament.
Ryon, along with the 4 warriors, returned to their multiverse, but the moment they arrived, Goku was very serious and thoughtful. However, as he was about to say something, one of the beings, the 1-star Super Dragon, had rushed against Goku, who with great difficulty was able to dodge his fist.
Damn Kakarot, you destroyed my entire universe, my family and friends. I swear I'll annihilate you.
The dragon would begin to exchange hundreds of blows with Goku, who, when cornered, would begin to defend himself. So the battle seemed very even. However, in each exchange of blows, Goku seemed to suffer great damage. Because the blows of that warrior were of an overwhelming power, the dragon, with a great lightning attack, was able to make him fall to the ground very badly injured. Damn! I'm sure this wretch is confusing me with my counterpart. The Great Warrior would throw a powerful sphere of energy towards Goku, who, without alternative, had accessed the power of the Supreme Super Saiyan. But on this occasion, several marks could be observed all over his body. That's right, Goku's power had been so great that it even overflowed his entire body, so the marks of a god of the highest level had appeared. The sphere of energy, when about to touch Goku, would evaporate by its simple pressure. I'm not Kakarot. That's my counterpart. He'll be the one we'll face, so you better calm down. The dragon, blinded by anger, had rushed against Goku, who, on this occasion, would be able to dodge each of his blows. Without any difficulty, that's right, Goku would begin to show who is in charge. Meanwhile, in Universe Zero, the most powerful and resistant universe, a great platform would be created, in which the most devastating combat never seen would be...
Ryuk, I hope you're ready for your fall. For millions of years, we have remained under the shadows. But now we'll finish you no matter what you do. You will be destroyed.
My lord, from our team, how many warriors will participate?
Kakarot, there will be 3 warriors. You as the captain, Black Gogeta, and Evil Vegeta. With them, it's all more than enough to defeat the whole divine world.
Ha ha ha. I agree with you, my lord. The rest are pure worms that are good for absolutely nothing. Returning to the big battle, Goku was able to knock out him of combat with a powerful blow on the back of his head. You who are able to defeat by Kakarot, a being identical to this Saiyan, is his counterpart, and this time we'll face the same. Ryon, Kakarot's power has no comparison, but it's possible to defeat him. But the real problem is the being that's behind Kakarot, a being who's never known defeat. This is impossible. Goku would start walking towards the warriors until he was in front of them. Nothing's impossible. Rest assured, I intend to end the lives of my cursed counterpart so that he no longer wreaks havoc on your universes.
Warriors, we plan to give our life in this tournament, and I'm counting on each of you to end this damn problem.
The last warrior of the subordinates of Ryon would quickly approach a big shadow, while everything around him seemed to change due to his simple power. The pressure he gave off, he was able to even kneel the supreme gods Akumo and Toa. I was able to face Ryuk, the being who's behind those bastards, and if he can bleed, he can die. So this time he will end his damn empire. The warriors stopped releasing such incredible pressure, so he allowed all the warriors to be able to move. Goku would go on search of Marcarita. Marcarita! For the first time, I don't know if I'll be able to come back alive from this great battle. Don't worry, I'll always be grateful that you welcomed me into your universe. Goku, I want to go with you. I don't want to lose you. Please. Marcarita, I'll do my best to come back, but I promise I'll leave all my power on the battlefield. Those bastards won't get away with it. That's right, the 5 days that Kakarot had reported had already passed, so in the multiverse of Ryon, a large portal would be formed, entering all the warriors who would participate. That's right, even the warriors of Divine World were in that place.
I'm not gonna let myself be defeated by a copy of Kakarot. I'm gonna end all these miserable lives.
I'll provide while I won the position as the most powerful god of all the universes. I'll crush all the warriors who they put in front of me. All the warriors had reached the big track, but they were surprised to see only 3 warriors. What kind of joke is this? Don't you have more warriors? But before Kakarot's able to respond, from the background a powerful warrior would begin to approach the platform, which Yika would immediately recognize. So rude, Ryuk. He's still in shape after these millions of years. What fun this will be. Ryuk was also a little surprised to recognize Yika, remembering that he was the only warrior who had ever fought him in the past. This will be very interesting. So they've turned to powerful warriors from different timelines. Ryuk would explain the rules, which was only one. The warrior who dies will be disqualified and it'll be pitched battle. When Ryuk finished saying this, the trio and warriors launched themselves against the warriors of the Divine World, starting to fight with dozens of fighters. But despite being only 3 warriors, they were taking the advantage. Kakarot would retreat a few meters. I better use all my power, as well as Gogeta and Vegeta doing, or I might get hurt badly. Kakarot would begin to channel a large part of all his power, so his power would begin to grow in an incredible way, and with a few rays, Kakarot would turn his hair into a reddish color. It's time to get rid of every one of these scum, so get ready! The trio of warriors were able to end the life of more than half of the warriors, so the other half was a little afraid. But of all the warriors, the powerful Goku in the same way began to release an amazing power. That's right, the power that Goku was releasing had no comparison. Goku had access to Supreme Super Saiyan. With the power that he released, he was even able to overcome Ryon due to the marks that had appeared all over his body. Even though I have to give up my life, I plan to end every single one of you murderers! Goku, with his great power, was able to grant the first effective blow to Kakarot, which was able to make him bleed. Vegeta and Gogeta were about to interfere, but all the other warriors rushed against him while Ryuk was a little upset watching, as the beings he considered garbage were able to face his most powerful warriors. What the hell's going on? How is it possible that they're able to stand up to my warriors? However, among everything, the Yika battlefield, he was collecting all of his power, just like the power of the fallen warriors on the battlefield. Damn, Ryuk, I know what your weakness is, and I was already dead. I'm not afraid to die again. That's right, while all the other warriors were fighting, Yika was the last hope to give a great future to all the other universes. Ryuk, being very upset with his warriors, had not realized the incredible massive energy that his enemy was collecting. All of us will die here, but it's a pity that beings like you who say that they'll never know defeat die with us. Don't say stupid things. We won't be defeated by simple worms like you are. You don't have the necessary power to achieve it. But all over the planet, energy extortions were perceived, and a gigantic power even made the trio of warriors fall to their knees, while Ryuk would have a lot of difficulty staying up on his feet.
Hell, whose power is all this? I can't believe it.
Yika would start walking because of such extreme power, she was not able to fly. Yuki, today will be the day of the end of your reign, so it's okay to get ready. I have collected the energy of all the fallen warriors as well as all the 12 universes. Instantly, a gigantic explosion would be created all over the place. Ryuk would try to flee, but Goku with his maximum power was able to hold him, which caused that the explosion turns to ashes all the warriors who were in a terrain of 1,000 kilometers. At the end of the explosion, no warrior of any side could be observed, and as if that were not enough, the planet that was said to be indestructible at the moment caused an explosion, having not withstood the previous explosion. Meanwhile, in Ryuk's multiverse, Marcarita was able to observe as a great light spread in the distance, and in his mind, he was able to see Goku.
Margarita, I'm sorry. I wasn't able to get back to your side. I want to be the new ruler. I know you'll be a great queen at all.
Margarita would collapse, falling heavily to the ground. However, realizing how all the other warriors of the 12 universes did not have any ruler, she would stand up. It's not time for crying. I have to fulfill my Goku's last wish. Margarita had gone to the Kingdom of the All, taken the place of the Queen of the All, invoking the new gods for the care of the 12 universes. After the terrifying moment that the Z Warriors had experienced, Goku and Vegeta realized that Beerus and Whis were not on Earth. They had disappeared just moments before the shadow creatures appeared on Earth. This is because Daishinkan discovered that Zeno-sama had been killed by his father and immediately summoned all the angels and gods of destruction. In the majestic realm of all, Daishinkan, the high priest, summoned all the angels and gods of destruction of the existing universes. The atmosphere in the hall was unusually tense, and concern was reflected in the faces of those present. Daishinkan, with his usual calmness, prepared to share the disturbing truth he had discovered.
Angels and gods of destruction, the time has come to face a powerful truth. Zeno-sama, our beloved king of all, has been slain.
Silence fell over the hall. The angels and the gods of destruction exchanged looks of disbelief and dismay. No one expected that such a tragedy could occur, especially at the hands of someone so powerful.
My investigation revealed that the one responsible for this abominable act was Zeno-sama's own father.
The news resounded like a somber echo in the room. Everyone present processed the shocking revelation. The omnipresent figure of Zeno-sama, the supreme deity, had been shattered by his own protagonist. Mohito, Sidra's angel, spoke in a worried voice. How is it possible that a being as powerful as Zeno-sama's father could have committed such an act?
That is a question for which I still have no answers. But now we must face the consequences of this event. The stability of the multiverse is in danger.
Arak, the god of destruction of Quitella, asked, "And what measures will we take in the face of this threat? What'll happen to the throne of Zeno-sama?"
That is a question we must discuss and resolve. For now, the throne remains empty, and our duty is to maintain peace and balance. But before we make hasty decisions, we need to fully understand the magnitude of this situation.
Beerus and Whis prepared to inform the gods of destruction and angels of all universes about what they had witnessed while on planet Earth with Goku and Vegeta. The Hall of the Realm of Everything was filled with celestial beings, each one expectant and worried about the news they were about to receive.
Attention everyone! We have crucial information to share about the events that have been unfolded.
Before we are summoned here, the father of Zeno-sama appeared on all the planets of the multiverse. Surprise was reflected on the faces of those present. Murmurs and whispers filled the room, as the gods of destruction and angels exchanged looks of disbelief. His visit was not simply to report the death of Zeno-sama. He announced the holding of the tournament that would determine the survival of the planets in each universe. Additional rumors filled the room, creating a constant buzz of concern. The gods of destruction and angels wanted to understand the implications of such an announcement.
He informed the rules of the tournament and the intentions behind such a competition, but it's necessary that we all work together to get answers and face this threat. It is time to join forces and overcome this crisis. The fate of our universes is at stake.
As the gods and angels absorbed the gravity of the situation, in every corner of the hall of the realm of everything, conversations and plans were brewing to confront the mysterious tournament that threatened to upset the balance of the multiverse. Uncertainty hung in the air, but the determination of the divine beings was determined to face the unknown that lay ahead. In the Hall of Everything, Daishinkan, the High Priest, sensed the imminent arrival of extremely powerful entities heading for the different planets of the multiverse. His face reflected seriousness as he prepared to inform all the angels and gods of destruction present of the coming threat.
Gods and angels of destruction, the time has come to face a new and challenging threat. Entities of great power are headed towards the planets of our universes, and their goal seems to be a direct confrontation with the strongest warriors of each world.
The expressions of those present became serious. Aware of the gravity of the situation, Daishinkan continued with determination.
It's crucial that we move quickly to protect the strongest warriors of each planet, regardless of which universe they belong to. The threat we face does not respect universal boundaries, and we must act with unity to preserve the balance.
Vados, the Angel of Champa, raised his hand.
How do you plan for us to move, Daishinkan? We each have responsibilities in our universes.
I understand the complexity of this situation, but the magnitude of this threat requires immediate action. I suggest that every angel and god of destruction move to the planets threatened by this unknown force. We must prevent the strongest warriors from being defeated before we can fully understand our enemies.
Sounds like a sensible plan, Daishinkan. If we all work together, we can protect our warriors and gain more information about these powerful entities. Each angel and god of destruction nodded in agreement, accepting the need to act immediately. They moved quickly to the various planets, casting aside universal barriers in a joint effort to safeguard the multiverse.
May the wisdom and power of each of you guide this effort. Let us not underestimate this new threat. Our duty is to protect the existence of our universes.
With those words, the angels and gods of destruction dispersed, leaving the Hall of All in preparation to face a challenge that transcended universal boundaries and demanded the collaboration of all divine beings. Uncertainty hung in the air, but determination to preserve the balance of the multiverse guided the powerful beings in their joint mission. The angels and gods of destruction quickly teleported to the threatened planets, each determined to protect the strongest warriors on the various planets. In the blink of an eye, the skies lit up with flashes of divine energy as Akumo and Ewin, Cognac and Quintella, Matanu and Geen, Whis and Beerus, and the other angels and gods of destruction headed toward their assigned destinations. The planet Thraxis Nocturne lay peaceful in the corner of the cosmos, its nocturnal luminosity radiating a tranquility that was about to be disturbed. In the vast space, Akumo, the angel, with his small book in hand, and his god of destruction, Ewin, an imposing figure with a stern gaze, detected the arrival of a shadow creature, a minion of Zeno-sama's father. The creature, shrouded in malevolent darkness, descended with malevolent determination towards Thraxis Nocturne. Ewin, without hesitation, deployed his energy of destruction while Akumo stood by, hoping to resolve the conflict without a bath of chaos.
Creature, your darkness will not be tolerated in this realm. Stop your destructive plans.
The shadow creature emanated a guttural growl, its presence emanating an unnatural energy that distorted the space around it. The space battle began with an explosion of opposing forces. Ewin launched destructive beams, while Akumo used his speed to dodge the attacks and assess the situation.
Ewin, this creature's stronger than we imagined. We must be cautious.
I know, Akumo, but we can't let him destroy Thraxis Nocturne. We must give our best. The shadow creature, agile and evasive, responded to the attacks with dark energy waves that distorted space. The battle spread across the firmament, leaving traces of destructive energy in its wake. Ewin tried to anticipate the creature's movements. However, the shadow creature proved to be agile and adaptive, countering every strategy with an unmatched dark force.
Our conventional methods don't work. Ewin, we need to combine our forces.
I agree, Akumo. It's time to show them the true power of destruction. Awamo and Ewin merged their energies, creating a flash of light that defied the surrounding darkness. The shadow creature, perceiving the threat, intensified its own energy, generating a collision of cosmic forces that shook space itself. The battle reached a fever pitch, with cosmic explosions lighting up the scene as Awamo and Ewin struggled to contain the darkness. This struggle took place not only on the physical plane, but also on the spiritual one, where the will to protect Thraxis Nocturne was pitted against the ruthless ambition of the shadow creature. The fusion of Awamo and Ewin unleashed a dazzling energy that eclipsed even the nocturnal luminosity of Thraxis Nocturne. The gold and violet glow enveloped the divine couple as they prepared to face the dark threat looming over the peaceful planet. "It's time to show the true extent of our power, Awamo." The shadow creature, aware of the growing threat, rushed towards them with supernatural speed. Awamo, with his keen perception, anticipated every movement of the creature, allowing the couple to dodge its onslaughts with heavenly elegance.
Keep calm, Ewin. We must synchronize our movements to counteract their darkness.
Ewin nodded and unleashed a series of destructive energy blasts that lit up the space around him. However, the shadow creature responded with amazing agility, dodging every attack with meandering movements. The battle became a cosmic game of strategy and speed. The angel Awamo and the god of destruction Ewin soon realized that in order to defeat this entity, they would need a coordinated attack that transcended the limits of their individual abilities. In a moment of perfect timing, they unleashed a gale of combined energy. Awamo channeled the energy of destruction while Ewin released violet flashes of destruction.
Focus your energy, Awamo. Let's get rid of this darkness once and for all.
Awamo nodded and joined the attack with determination. The fused energy of both angel and god turned into a spear of golden and violet light that pierced through space with an impressive speed. The shadow creature, caught in the torrent of power, let out a heart-rending howl as it was enveloped by the luminosity. The impact was abysmal, generating an expansive wave that shook the cosmos. The darkness that enveloped the creature began to dissipate, revealing its twisted and weakened form. Awamo and Ewin, exhausted but triumphant, stood on guard ready for any eventuality.
We have managed to contain their darkness, but we can't let our guard down.
The shadow creature, not visibly weakened, recoiled before the imposing presence of Awamo and Ewin. The light had prevailed over the darkness in the cosmic corner of Thraxis Nocturne. The divine couple remained firm in their duty to protect the planet that this creature wanted to destroy. However, the battle was not yet over, and the fates of the planets remained uncertain in the vastness of space. After the shocked combined attack of Awamo and Ewin, the space around Thraxis Nocturne was vibrating with the residual energy of the cosmic battle. The shadow creature, apparently weakened, remained suspended in the cosmic void, enveloped in a dark glow that seemed to absorb the surrounding light. The divine couple watched cautiously, aware that the fate of Thraxis Nocturne was still hung in the cosmic balance.
Ewin, something's not right. The darkness of that creature seems to be getting stronger instead of weaker. It seems that our attack has absorbed by her, but it shouldn't be possible. How can he transform our energy of destruction to his own power?
The shadow creature, now surrounded by a more intense aura, began to change its shape. Its twisted figure became more defined. His eyes shone with a malevolent lucidity. The darkness emanating from her was becoming denser, distorting the space around her.
You have underestimated my true potential, angel and god of destruction. Your energy has strengthened me beyond your comprehension.
The divine couple prepared for what was to come next, aware that the threat they faced had evolved. The shadow creature, now empowered by the absorbed energy, charged towards them with renewed speed and ferocity.
We need to be more cautious, Ewin. It seems that every blow we inflict makes her stronger.
Understood, Awamo, but we can't allow this darkness to devour Thraxis Nocturne. The battle resumed with increased intensity. The shadow creature attacked with bursts of dark energy that cut through space, while Awamo and Ewin responded with flashes of golden and violet light. The cosmic dance of lights and shadows painted an epic picture in the vastness of the universe. Each blow and backlash echoed like thunder in space, distorting reality itself. Awamo, with his keen perception, tried to anticipate the movements of the dark creature, but the dark entity proved to be unpredictable. Ewin, with his energy of destruction, sought to weaken the creature, but his attacks seemed to be absorbed and turned into an additional source of power.
Every time we hit her, her power increases. We can't go on like this.
We must find a way to counteract his ability to absorb our energy. Do you have any ideas, Awamo?
Awamo pondered for a moment, his angelic mind working in search of a solution. Meanwhile, the shadow creature, aware of its opponent's confusion, took the opportunity to launch a surprise attack. A wave of dark energy enveloped Awamo and Ewin, distorting their perception and weakening their defenses.
Your resistance is useless. I am the embodiment of darkness. His light cannot prevail before me.
The situation was becoming more and more desperate for the divine couple as they struggled to resist the shadow creature's attacks. Awamo turned his attention to the small book he always carried with him. An idea began to form in his mind.
Ewin, I think I have an idea, but we need to synchronize our attacks in a different way.
Explain yourself, Awamo.
Awamo explained his plan to Ewin, who nodded in understanding. Both God and Angel prepared to put their strategy into practice. The shadow creature, confident in its superiority, launched into the attack again, but this time Awamo and Ewin were ready to respond differently.
Now, Ewin, combine your energy of destruction with mine in a more controlled way.
Ewin nodded and channeled his energy to Awamo, who, in turn, merged it with his. Instead of launching a direct attack, they created a sphere of combined light and energy that floated between them.
Do you think this tactic will change the outcome?
We'll see.
The energy sphere began to slowly expand, emanating a glowing light that contrasted the surrounding darkness. The shadow creature, curious but confident, watched the development with disdain.
The fused power is not only destructive, but it also has properties that counteract its absorption capacity.
The combined energy sphere, now reaching its maximum expansion, released a wave of light and energy that enveloped the shadow creature. This time, instead of absorbing the power, the darkness that characterized her began to dissipate.
What is this? My power should not be weakened.
We create an energy that goes beyond destruction and creation, one that neutralizes the darkness that you're trying to absorb.
The shadow creature, weakened by Awamo and Ewin's strategic counterattack, retreated as the combined energy sphere continued to exert its effect. The light emanating from the sphere began to purify the darkness surrounding the entity, revealing its original form before corruption.
It seems our tactic's working, but we must make sure we contain it completely.
We can't let our guard down. Let's continue with the strategy until the creature's completely neutralized.
The space battle continued, but this time Awamo and Ewin had the upper hand. His sphere of combined energy continued to exert its purifying effect, dispelling the darkness that threatened Thraxis Nocturne. With each passing moment, the shadow creature grew weaker. The light of hope began to shine in the corner of the cosmos that was once on the verge of destruction. The shadow creature, weakened by Awamo and Ewin's strategy, retreated into space, its distorted form twisting as the combined energy sphere continued to purify the darkness that enveloped it. In a desperate attempt to regain his strength, the shadow creature began to explore its surroundings, looking for an opportunity to turn the situation in his favor.
My power is weakened here. I need to find a place where darkness prevails.
While exploring, the shadow creature noticed something that favored him. His eyes flashed with malevolent anticipation as he discovered that this world was called Thraxis Nocturne because it was a planet plunged into shadows. The dark entity smiled malevolently as he realized that this planet could provide the darkness needed to revitalize his power.
Ha 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 ha! Thraxis Nocturne, a feast of darkness awaits me!
With amazing speed, the shadow creature launched itself towards the planet, traversing space with great speed. Awamo and Ewin, aware of his intentions, followed closely, determined to stop any attempt by the shadow creature to plunge into the darkness of the planet. As the creature approached Thraxis Nocturne, the darkness of the planet seemed to intensify, as if responding to its presence. The planet's nighttime atmosphere shone with a faint luminosity, offering a fascinating contrast to the surrounding stars.
Ewin, we must prevent the creature from being filled with dark power.
If she succeeds, it'll be even more difficult to stop her. Understood, Owamo. We'll not allow the darkness of this planet to fall into the hands of that entity.
The shadow creature descended on Thraxis Nocturne with a terrifying impetus. As she approached, the darkness seemed to take her in, enveloping her with a gloomy welcome. The shadow creature began to absorb the darkness of the planet, its twisted form vibrating with a new energy as it filled with the essence of Thraxis Nocturne.
Ha 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 ha! Yes, this darkness will strengthen me. Nothing can stop me now.
Owamo and Ewin, wasting no time, headed towards the shadow creature, determined to stop its advance before it became unstoppable. The battle in the shadows of Thraxis Nocturne was about to take a very drastic turn.
We cannot allow this darkness to completely corrupt this creature. We must stop her before she becomes invincible. Your previous strategy was effective, Owamo. Let's keep working together to counter his power.
Deep in the shadows of Thraxis Nocturne, the intense presence of the absorbing shadow creature did not go unnoticed by the most powerful warriors on the planet. Turles, Bardock, Raditz, Frieza, and his brother Cooler felt the darkness increasing around them and, with a mixture of amazement and concern, headed toward the epicenter of the threat.
Something's not right. The darkness in this place is getting denser.
Whatever it is, we cannot let it threaten Thraxis Nocturne. Let's investigate.
The warriors moved nimbly across the gloomy terrain, advancing towards the source of the darkness. As they got closer, the atmosphere became heavier, as if the shadow itself wanted to resist their advance.
The darkness is different. I feel a strange pressure. I'm not afraid of the dark, but this is unusual. Cooler, stay alert.
Understood, Frieza. Let's find out what's going on.
Suddenly, a wave of dark energy erupted before them, revealing the shadow creature that was absorbing the darkness of the planet. His twisted figure and malevolent aura were as evident as the threat he posed to Thraxis Nocturne.
Warriors of this planet, his darkness feeds me. Soon I will be unstoppable.
We won't let you destroy Thraxis Nocturne. Get ready, creature.
The warriors went on the attack, each unleashing their unique power against the dark entity. Turles unleashed his evil aura, releasing bursts of destructive energy. Bardock channeled his Saiyan fury into powerful blows, while Raditz and Cooler coordinated their attacks to create a symphony of destruction. Frieza intensifying the struggle.
This creature doesn't know who he's up against.
Your resistance is useless. Each blow only increases my power.
The shadow creature, powered by the darkness of Thraxis Nocturne, absorbed attacks with defiant ease. Each impact seemed to strengthen rather than weaken it, plunging the warriors into the disturbing reality that they were facing an enemy that fed on its own darkness.
It's not working. He's getting stronger and stronger.
We need to change our strategy. We can't let it absorb all the darkness on the planet.
While the warriors struggled to find an effective strategy, the shadow creature, with its distorted laughter, continued to absorb the darkness, becoming more and more powerful. The Battle of Thraxis Nocturne's survival was at its most critical, and the warriors knew that they had to find a solution before the dark entity became invincible. The dark aura released by the shadow creature enveloped the warriors of Thraxis Nocturne, gradually weakening them. The warriors struggled to stay on their feet as the entity's malevolent energy infiltrated their bodies, obscuring their vital forces.
This is it. Too much.
I can't let that defeat us like this.
The warriors, despite their bravery, were overcome by the darkness emanating from the aura of the shadow creature. At that critical moment, when hope seemed to be fading, a heavenly light pierced the shadows. Owamo and Ewin, the angels charged with protecting Thraxis Nocturne, arrived on the battlefield.
The darkness emanating from this creature is breathtaking. We cannot allow it to take over this planet. Time to show these warriors how to fight true darkness.
The angel spread his wings, and together with the god of destruction, they advanced towards the shadow creature, his presence radiating a luminosity that defied the malevolent nature of the dark aura. As it approached, the dark entities sensed the arrival of divine beings and turned to face the new threat.
Ha 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 ha! More insignificant beings. His light will be devoured by my darkness. Don't underestimate the power of light. Darkness cannot resist the true essence of creation. Awamo extended his hand, and a purifying light enveloped the battlefield, counteracting the dark effect of the creature's aura. Ewin, on the other hand, deployed the energy of destruction, creating a perfect balance between light and darkness. The shadow creature, for the first time, felt the pressure of forces that it could not easily absorb or resist. The conflict took a turn, and the battle became more intense as the angel and god of destruction faced the dark entity with the unique combination of light and destruction. The real struggle starts now. We'll protect Thraxis Nocturne from the darkness you represent. The fight between the angels and the shadow creature reached impressive levels, with bursts of energy illuminating the dark planet of Thraxis Nocturne. Meanwhile, the warriors, freed from the debilitating effects of the dark aura, watched the fight, hoping that their planet would not be destroyed. In the dark skies of Thraxis Nocturne, the stage was transformed into a cosmic battlefield, where divine light and malevolent darkness collided in an epic confrontation. Awamo and Ewin, the guardians of this planet, displayed their celestial power with a grace and precision that defied description. The glow of the purifying light emanating from Ewin and Awamo spread across the space, illuminating the shadows that the shadow creature was trying to grasp. Ewin and Awamo's every move was a ballet of divine energy, as they gracefully dodged the dark attacks and countered with unstoppable force. Awamo's wings shone with a resplendent light, like stars in the night, as he invoked the very essence of creation to repel the dark forces rising up against him. By his side, Ewin radiated an imposing presence, with his penetrating gaze fixed on the creature as it defying the darkness itself. The shadow creature, on the other hand, was fighting with an impressive ferocity, trying to resist the overwhelming power of Ewin and Awamo. Their dark attacks were launched like ravenous shadows, seeking to consume the divine light that surrounded them. However, every attack was countered by the impenetrable force of Ewin and Awamo, who remained firm in their purpose to protect the planet. The clash between light and darkness created a symphony of cosmic energy, with flashes of light and bursts of energy illuminating the firmament. The light will always prevail over the darkness. Your power is formidable, but it cannot resist the purity of creation.
You can't stop me. I'm the very embodiment of darkness.
Darkness can be powerful, but the real strength lies in balance, and we represent that balance. Ewin and Awamo continued to deploy their energy with amazing precision, creating light barriers that repelled the attacks of the shadow creature. Every movement of Ewin and Awamo was imbued with a divine elegance and grace, while the creature struggled with a desperate ferocity. Our mission is to protect the harmony of the universe, and that includes protecting this planet from your darkness.
You can't stop me. I'm inevitable.
The shadow creature launched waves of dark energy, but Ewin and Awamo easily repelled them, maintaining an opposing presence in the midst of battle. Every blow of Ewin and Awamo resonated with the force of creation, while the creature struggled more and more desperately. The darkness can be a challenge, but our determination's unwavering. We'll not let you destroy this planet. Your power may be formidable, but it cannot equal the eternal light of the universe. The battle continued with Ewin and Awamo and the shadow creature facing off in an epic clash between light and dark. In the midst of the struggle, Father Zeno silently watched from his kingdom, perceived the magnitude of the conflict. With an imperceptible gesture, he decided to intervene, taking Ewin and Awamo to a mental plane where they could confront the shadow creature in a terrain beyond the physical. In a flash of dazzling light, Awamo and Ewin were transported to an ethereal realm, where the laws of the universe twisted and blurred. Where are we, Ewin? We have entered the realm of the mind, a place where reality is molded according to the will of the observer. Here the real battle be fought in the deepest corners of our being. While Awamo and Ewin were transported to a mental plane by Father Zeno, the shadow creature continued its fierce assault against the warriors of Thraxis Nocturne. Turles, Bardock, Raditz, Frieza, and Cooler, the most powerful warriors on the planet, rose up against the darkness that threatened to consume their home. The shadow creature, imbued with a dark and malevolent aura, hovered over them with an overwhelming presence. He distorted his energy, enveloping everything around him, tearing reality itself apart. and threatening to plunge the planet into an abyss of chaos.
We won't let you destroy our home, shadow monster.
We, the warriors of Thraxis Nocturne, are not afraid of the dark.
We have faced much greater dangers than you, creature.
We will fight together to protect our world.
The shadow creature launched a powerful dark attack towards the warriors, but they responded with relentless ferocity. Turtles, his eyes shining with determination, unleashed a shower of destructive energy, summoning the very essence of nature to channel it in a torrent of energetic attacks. Their powerful attacks cut through the darkness with devastating precision, creating dazzling explosions that lit up the planet's night sky. Bardock, with his fiery ki and indomitable spirit, channeled his energy into a powerful attack. His fists were burning with a searing intensity as he launched a concentrated burst of energy towards the shadow creature, challenging its strength with its own. Bardock's attack resonated with the determination of an invincible warrior, willing to give everything for the protection of his world. Raditz and Cooler, united in battle, joined in a coordinated assault on the shadow creature. With fluid and coordinated movements, they launched bursts of energy from different angles, creating a barrier of attacks that surrounded their enemy. The shadow creature struggled to defend itself against the combined onslaught of the two powerful warriors, but its resistance was challenged by the determination and skill of Raditz and Cooler. Meanwhile, Frieza, with his golden form glowing with a golden aura, was preparing to unleash his full power against the shadow creature. His eyes shone with a cold and calculated determination as he focused his energy on a devastating attack. With a graceful and precise movement, Frieza unleashed a burst of golden energy that swirled with unparalleled destructive power, threatening to envelop the shadow creature in a mantle of fire and destruction. The battle escalated as the warriors of Thraxis Nocturne bravely faced the darkness that threatened their world. Every blow, every burst of energy echoed through space, creating a spectacle of destruction and determination. Meanwhile, on the mental plane, Awamo and Ewin were engaged in a metaphysical struggle against Father Zeno, an omnipotent entity whose presence radiated an aura of indescribable power. Ewin and Awamo, aware of the gravity of the situation, desperately sought the intervention of Father Zeno to counter the threat of the shadow creature. However, to their surprise, Father Zeno solemnly informed them that they could not intervene directly, since the balance of the universe had to be kept intact even in times of crisis. Awamo and Ewin, although unhappy with Father Zeno's decision, understood the importance of respecting the laws of the cosmos. With determination, they plunged even deeper into the metaphysical struggle, using all their ingenuity and power to find a solution to the crisis unfolding in Thraxis Nocturne. As a confrontation on the mental plane reached its climax, Awamo and Ewin found themselves face to face with the imposing Father Zeno. His figure radiated an indisputable authority, but also an aura of mystery that aroused restlessness in the Ewin and Awamo. Awamo, with his usual serenity, broke the tense silence that filled the ethereal space. "Father Zeno," he began in a firm but respectful tone, "could it be you that... Were you the one who sent the shadow creatures to destroy the planets?" Father Zeno, with an unflappable expression, nodded slowly. "I did it for the good of the universe," he replied calmly. Although his voice resonated with a power that shook Ewin and Awamo, sometimes drastic measures must be taken to preserve the cosmic balance. Ewin, with a flash of indignation in his eyes, could not contain himself anymore. "But that doesn't justify the chaos and destruction you've unleashed!" he exclaimed, his voice echoing with unshakable determination. "There are other ways to restore balance without resorting to violence and darkness." Father Zeno observed the god of destruction and his angel with a penetrating gaze, as if he were evaluating their words and their posture. "Your compassion is admirable, but sometimes it's necessary to sacrifice a few pieces to save the entire board," he said in an enigmatic tone. Awamo and Ewin exchanged determined glances. Although they respected Father Zeno's authority, they knew that they had to follow their own principles and convictions. With courage, they prepared to challenge the omnipotent being in front of them, willing to fight for what they believed was right, even if it meant facing the divinity itself. The air on the mental plane was charged with tension, as Awamo and Ewin prepared to face Father Zeno. Their divine auras collided in a show of titanic forces, as Ewin and Awamo prepared to challenge the supreme being in front of them. Awamo, with his heavenly book in hand, looked at Father Zeno with determination. Father Zeno, although we respect your authority, we cannot allow you to continue with this destruction, he stated firmly. We'll fight for peace and balance in the universe, even if it means standing up to you. Father Zeno, with an impenetrable calm, nodded in recognition. Your courage is admirable, but you will not be able to stop me, he replied calmly. The fate of the universe is in my hands, and I'll do whatever it takes to preserve its balance. Without further words, the battle began with a burst of divine energy. Akumo unleashed his celestial power, summoning rays of light that he threw against Father Zeno, while Iwin threw waves of energy with determination. However, Father Zeno showed impressive resilience, deflecting every attack with surprising ease. The fight went on for what seemed like an eternity, with Iwin and Akumo and Father Zeno trading punches and counterpunches in a cosmic dance of power and skill. Every movement was imbued with a supernatural force, while the mental plane trembled under the intensity of his conflict. However, as time passed, Akumo and Iwin began to feel the weight of their opponent. Father Zeno's power was overwhelming, and every blow Iwin and Akumo received weakened them even more. Despite their bravery and determination, it seemed that they were fighting against an impossible-to-defeat force. Akumo, panting from the effort, looked at his companion with concern. Iwin, we can't go on like this, he admitted sincerely. Father Zeno's too powerful for us. Iwin, though exhausted, nodded determinedly. I know, Akumo, but we can't give up, he replied firmly. We must keep fighting, for Thraxis Nocturne, and for all beings in the universe. With a final effort, Iwin and Akumo gathered their forces to launch a final attack against Father Zeno. However, the Supreme Being easily overcame them, deflecting his power with a contemptuous gesture. Father Zeno looked at Iwin and Akumo with a mixture of admiration and regret.
They're brave, but their struggle has come to an end, he solemnly declared. Accept your defeat and let fate take its course.
With a resigned sigh, Akumo and Iwin surrendered to Father Zeno's overwhelming strength. Although they had fought with all their heart and soul, they knew that they could not defeat the Supreme Being in front of them. Father Zeno, with a compassionate look, looked at them benevolently.
Rest now, my brave creations,
he said gently.
His bravery will be remembered throughout the universe.
Father Zeno, with an unflappable expression, extended his hand towards the exhausted Iwin and Akumo. In an instant, a powerful burst of cosmic energy emanated from his palm, enveloping Akumo and Iwin in a dazzling radiance. Iwin and Akumo screamed in agony as Father Zeno's energy enveloped them, feeling every fiber of their being torn apart under the relentless power of the Supreme Being. Their bodies, imbued with divine light, were slowly consumed in the maelstrom of energy, fading little by little into the aether of the cosmos. Akumo and Iwin fought with all their might to resist the cataclysm that engulfed them, but it was useless. The power of Father Zeno surpassed them in every respect, and they were soon reduced to mere shadows of their former glory. With the last gasp, Akumo and Iwin exploded, leaving body parts all over the mental space, dissipating into cosmic nothingness while their essence merged with the universe. At that precise moment, we return to the earthly plane, where the fierce battle between the most powerful warriors of Thraxis Nocturne and the shadow creature was reaching its climax. Bursts of energy and thunderous crashes echoed in the air, while Bardock, in the middle of the combat, glimpsed Akumo and Iwin, who were lying unconscious on the ground, enveloped in a halo of divine light. Surprise and dismay were reflected on the faces of the warriors, who momentarily stopped their frantic struggle upon realizing the situation. Bardock, his eyes wide open, watched in horror as Iwin and Akumo's bodies began to shake, emanating flashes of energy that increased in intensity with each passing second. A tense silence enveloped the battlefield as everyone watched the scene in disbelief. Suddenly, a heart-rending explosion echoed in the air, making the earth and sky tremble. Bardock and the other warriors were thrown back by the force of the explosion, protecting themselves as best as they could from the shockwave that was spreading around them. When the afterglow of the explosion faded, what was left was a smoking crater where Akumo and Iwin once stood. The warriors slowly stood up, stunned by what they had just witnessed, as the shadow creature, now shrouded in an even denser darkness, prepared to lash out again before the protecting warriors of Thraxis Nocturne. Bardock clenched his fist determinedly.
feeling a mixture of sadness and fury burn inside him. He knew that they must continue the fight, not only for the honor of their planet, but also in memory of their brave fallen guardians. With a war cry, the warriors rushed into combat again, determined to avenge the loss of their comrades and protect their home from the darkness that threatened to consume it. After the devastating explosion that killed Akumo and Ewan, the warriors of Thraxis Nocturne gathered in a circle, still stunned by what had happened. Bardock, with a gloomy look, broke the silence with a grave tone.
Damn it! What the hell just happened?
Turtles, frowning, shook his head in disbelief.
I don't know, but we can't let this sacrifice be in vain. We need to get this thing over with once and for all.
Raditz, with his fist clenched, furiously nodded determinedly.
You're right. Akumo and Ewan gave their lives to protect this planet. We cannot disappoint his sacrifice.
Frieza, with his usual impassive expression, spoke in a cold and calculated tone.
The death of Ewan and Akumo should not be in vain. We must unite and concentrate our efforts on defeating that shadow creature.
Cooler, with a serious look, added determinedly,
We are facing an unprecedented threat, but if we fight together, we can overcome it. Let's do it for the honor of Thraxis Nocturne, for the legacy of our brave comrades.
Bardock nodded solemnly, his jaw tense with determination.
So, are we in agreement? We'll fight together until the end and avenge our fallen.
The warriors nodded in agreement, sharing a look of determination and unity. With their hearts filled with determination, they prepared to face once again the darkness that threatened their home. As the warriors prepared to face the shadow creature again, a fierce determination burned in their hearts. Turtles, feeling the energy of the battle, was the first to unleash his power.
It's time to show them our true power!
With a powerful scream, Turtles wrapped himself in an aura of energy. Her dark hair turned golden and her eyes shone with a dazzling intensity. The energy of the Super Saiyan emanated from his being, infusing strength and determination into his entire being. Raditz, inspired by Turtles' example, followed suit.
It's my turn!
With a burst of energy, Raditz's dark hair bristled, turning golden just like his brother's. His ki increased dramatically, emanating a commanding presence that filled the battlefield. Seeing the transformation of his comrades, Bardock also joined the fray.
I can't stay behind!
With a battle cry, Bardock unleashed all his power. His fiery aura enveloped him in a higher golden glow. His energy increased to astronomical levels, propelling him towards a higher form of his race. Frieza, observing the transformation of the Saiyans, did not want to be left behind.
The time has come to show my true strength.
With a burst of energy, Frieza transformed into his golden form of maximum power similar to 100% full power. His body radiating a golden glow. His power multiplied several times, turning him into an unstoppable force that rivaled the sunlight itself. Cooler, feeling the energy surrounding him, decided to join the fight with all his might.
It's time to unleash my true potential.
With a flash of energy, Cooler transformed into his metallic form, his body glowing with a metallic luster. His stamina and power increased exponentially, making him an invincible force that would defy even the gods. With their transformations complete, the warriors of Thraxis Nocturne once again faced the shadow creature with renewed determination and a power that eclipsed any darkness. In the skies of Thraxis Nocturne, the battle continued as the transformed warriors faced off against the shadow creature, a being whose dark power threatened to devour everything in its path. With each of the warriors unleashing their full potential, the cosmos trembled under the force of their epic showdown. The golden aura of Turtles, Raditz, and Bardock, combined with the imposing presence of Frieza and Cooler in their transformed forms, formed a dazzling spectacle in the night sky. Energy flickered around them, lighting up the darkness with golden and silver flashes as they prepared for the final showdown. The shadow creature, sensing his power of his adversaries, emanated a rumbling roar that echoed through the planet. His dark form seemed to twist and distort as he prepared for the final assault.
It's time to end this once and for all!
With a battle cry, Turtles lunged forward. His speed increased by his Super Saiyan form. The shadow creature responded with an onslaught of dark energy, but Turtles nimbly dodged it, moving with astonishing speed across the battlefield. Raditz and Bardock followed Turtles' lead, attacking with relentless ferocity. Their blows echoed in the air, each one charged with the strength of his determination and the desire to protect his home planet.
The shadow creature's attacks were swift and fierce, but the Saiyans deftly dodged them, responding with even more powerful blows.
Father, let's keep the pressure on this thing. We can't let it destroy our home. I know. We're not going to allow this monster to destroy Thraxis Nocturne. Our power is more than enough to end it.
That's right. You taught us to fight with courage and determination. We'll not back down before this creature is destroyed.
Take this!
The shadow creature dodged Bardock's attack with agility, launching its counterattack with its sharp claws.
Careful, Father.
Don't worry about me. I'm more than ready for this.
And take this too.
Raditz's attacks hit the shadow creature hard, but it quickly recovered and counterattacked with a surge of dark energy.
Damn, this thing's tougher than I thought.
We can't give up now. Our planet depends on us.
You're right. Let's show you what we're capable of.
The two Saiyans launched into the air attack once more with renewed determination. Their blows echoed in the air, each one charged with the strength of his determination and the desire to protect his home planet. The shadow creature, although resistant, was overcome by the ferocity of the Saiyans. Turles, with his golden hair flowing behind him, launched a quick series of precise punches, each one carrying with it the power of his transformation into Super Saiyan. His movements were fluid and graceful, as if he were dancing around his enemy, dodging every attack with impressive agility.
There's no escape for you, monster. Your darkness can't compete with the power of the Super Saiyan.
With a battle cry, Turles lashed out at the shadow creature, striking with overwhelming force. Every blow resounded in the air, shaking the battlefield with its power. The shadow creature was fighting desperately, but its attacks seemed weak compared to Turles' ferocity. Meanwhile, Raditz and Bardock were continuing their assault on the shadow creature. Their attacks were coordinated and precise, each complementing the other in a deadly dance of destruction. The shadow creature found itself increasingly cornered, unable to cope with the combined might of the Saiyans.
Come on, Father. We know we can stop this thing.
I know, Raditz. Let's keep pushing until there's nothing left of this creature.
With renewed determination, the two Saiyans redoubled their efforts, launching a series of devastating attacks against the shadow creature. Each blow echoed in the air, carrying with it the weight of his determination and the desire to protect his home planet. Frieza and Cooler were watching the battle intently from a distance, their cold gazes evaluating every move of the Saiyans and the shadow creature. As the fight intensified, they noticed with increasing concern how the shadow creature began to gain more strength, releasing a dark energy that threatened to destabilize this situation.
It seems that the things are getting more complicated than I expected.
Yes, the shadow creature seems to be gaining ground. If we don't intervene soon, we could face an even more dangerous situation.
With a cold determination, Frieza and Cooler exchanged a glance before heading towards the battlefield. His presence made itself felt immediately. His overbearing aura flooded the area as they prepared to face the shadow creature.
Looks like we need to intervene before things get out of control.
I agree. We cannot allow the shadow creature to wreak more havoc on our planet.
With surprising speed, Frieza and Cooler launched into action, deploying all the power in an effort to contain the shadow creature. His attacks were precise and devastating, each blow carrying with it the weight of his determination and the desire to protect his home. However, the shadow creature was not going to be easily defeated. With a thunderous scream, he split into 4 separate beings, each one darker and more malevolent than the last. The earth trembled under their weight as they advanced towards the warriors, ready to unleash their fury on them.
It seems that this creature has more tricks up its sleeve than we thought.
It doesn't matter. We have our own tricks.
Try to